Hi, so I was talking to my therapist earlier, and during our conversation, it came up that a person who's willing to leave a job if I feel bored with it or if I feel that the people I'm working for are just shits. And she was surprised about that, and she actually said to me, a lot of therapists get jobs because people are employed at places or in positions which they hate, and so they go to seek therapy to help them deal with that. And she asked me, well, why are you so willing to leave a job to go find something else? And I said, well, part of it is because years ago when I was in my 20s and 30s, I had a series of experiences where I got laid off from a job that I was doing after being hired as a temp, from a temp position to a permanent position. The company was going through hard times. They laid me off. I found a better job doing something a bit different from that, a higher salary. Eventually that job ended and I found a better job than that with a higher salary, and it happened like that. Then when I moved to Denver, I had a series of jobs where most of the time I got promoted. So like I worked at a telephone surveying company. I started as a phone surveyor, then I became a role manager, then I became the supervisor of all the I guess you could say the records of what surveys have been done and how often, and then I became the floor manager before they moved to Las Vegas, and that has happened to me several times, and so that's part of it. But the real thing is first of all, as a young person, I endured a lot of bullying, and that kind of, along with other factors, pushed me in the direction of being an individual rather than a follower. I'm not really a follower. Sometimes that's bad, but I'm not. And so that's one factor. Another factor, I suppose, in why I'm willing to leave a job in search of another one is I believe that you should get some joy out of the work that you do. And if you're not enjoying your work, in fact, if you're suffering at your workplace because of other employees, especially those above you, you really just should move on. I mean, honestly, for the vast majority of people, there are so many other opportunities out there that leaving a job, especially if you've got something else lined up, isn't going to be a hardship. Now, I don't recommend you leave a job and then start searching, especially if you've got a family. I do recommend that you start searching beforehand on your own time, obviously, not at work. That's a bad idea and gets you in a lot of trouble. But I do suggest that you do that. Search, find a new job, and then quit. And it's made me a lot happier. It's given me a lot more interesting experiences when I've left a job because I was just so bored with it, or because I was working for people who made me miserable or who were incompetent or whatever. It worked out well for me. I won't say that I always left well prepared having found a job, but I was inevitably able to remedy that situation. So my suggestion to you is believe that you can find something better. Now, does that mean you're automatically going to go from hell to paradise? No, that would be unrealistic. But you can take the time to search carefully, check out comments online, which are now available on places like Glassdoor and Indeed and other places. Get information about the workplace that you're looking at before you make a decision. You can also search for adequate salaries and so on and so forth. So there's really not much reason for you to stay at a company that makes you miserable. So please give it a thought. Thanks, bye.